think we are live. Yes, we are. Okay, perfect. We are live. Everything is up and running. I'm just doing double check, guys. Give me just a moment. Just making sure audio is
No
good.
problem.
Hey, perfect. All right, so we can hear you. That's just awesome.
Good.
All right, let's see. Just double checking something on my phone, guys. So we're live on Facebook. YouTube should be all set. Just double checking YouTube real quick. Yep. Okay, YouTube is all set. All right, cool. Alrighty, guys. Good afternoon, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you are gonna be here in the chat, I appreciate you guys for coming in. If you guys are gonna be watching the replay of this, I also appreciate you for being here. My name is Emmanuel Pierre, or you can call me Coach E. Pierre. I am your certified empowerment coach, dedicated to teaching you the the importance of being disciplined and confident in your healing journey, right? And also gearing you towards the importance of what self-love really is outside of the basic knowledge that we all have. I have here um an individual who actually bought my book. And that's the first for me because I've never actually had that happen before. So this is new to me as well. um First interaction in regards to actually doing this live, so I appreciate you for being here. If you want to introduce yourself, go right ahead.
No problem. No problem. I'm Victoria, guys. How are you guys doing? I hope you enjoy the live for today with Manny and I.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that. So today, the topic, guys, today is we're gonna talk about something a little bit deep, right? Is because it's a necessary conversation. We're gonna talk about the transparency of the healing journey. I like this is the best person to do it with because she's actually been going through her journey and she's been working towards it on a very deep level. Especially grabbing the book, The Mirror Labyrinth, because that's really what it's geared towards, is to make you kind of see yourself, right? And
Mm-hmm.
anybody that's capable of actually going through the book and not running away from it, right, and actually running towards it because of the things that's within the book, it's really ready for their journey. And
Mm-hmm.
especially if you've already started your journey in the process of actually grabbing the book. So I'm gonna say right off the bat, I'm proud of you because I
Thank
know
you.
I know the content of the book itself is very raw, right? It's kind of in
Yeah.
your face. And
Yeah.
you pretty much have two choices. You either don't read it or you read it. You know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
dive into it. So
Yeah.
I'm
I
proud
feel
of you.
like certain parts. Thank you. I feel like certain parts. I feel like you were yelling at me. I was just like, oh,
You
all
know
right.
what? I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm probably like a voice in your head now every time you think about certain things. Cause
Yeah.
it's you know what
I'm
I'm
just like, damn. Like, gosh, I don't.
cool, right?
I
Because
wasn't really thinking about it like that, but I guess I have to face that part of myself.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that um I had to do myself, right?
Hmm.
When I think about the book and how I put the book together, it was pretty
Hmm.
much me yelling at myself, right? In certain
Hmm.
things that I chose not to heal from or things I was running away from because I didn't know the answers to them, right? So when I wrote the book, trust me, the book hit me just as hard as it hit you. Like, like you know what I'm saying? So it's just like when I know that it affected me, and I've been on my journey for going on 6 years now, right? It still hit me, and I just recently put the book out. So it's just like
Right,
that tells you that there's even somebody that's been putting in the work. There's still some things that need to be adjusted. You know what I'm saying? Things
right,
that need to be talked about, things that we got to think about. Even in 6 years, we still got to think about certain things and adjust certain things. So if
right.
it hits you in the beginning of your journey, then it did its job. It did its job, honestly. So I do appreciate that feedback. I just need a review. I just
Oh
need,
yeah, yes.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
know. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. I'm busy, man.
Nah, I get it. I get it. I do appreciate that though. So I
Yeah.
want to do. Um, we're gonna start with the good, right? Um,
Mhm.
because I want to see how far you've come since the last conversation that we had. Um,
Mhm.
so, what was the first moment you realized that you were actually healing and not surviving?
Um, I guess whenever a familiar trigger came
Hmm.
or showed up again, and I didn't let it get me upset like I would have the first time,
Right, right. So it's
or
okay.
like, um, I feel like you're like not the same person after like you've been hurt or like when something's over with, you kind of laugh back at the situation.
You do. You definitely do. I think there's certain it's actually a good thing to be able to reflect on it and not let it hurt you the way that it did, right?
Mhm.
Because one of the things that we do if we don't have the tools or we're ignoring the tools is it'll have the same reaction it did when it happened originally, right?
Mhm.
You'll have the same energy, it'll have the same effect. Like your energy will be off, your mental, it's gonna take a hit because you're just like, I still haven't figured this out. Why is this bothering me so much? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's been, I don't know, let's say it's been like a year, 2 years since this happened, and it's still affected me when it
Right.
first originally happened. When you actually dive into it and you try to figure out the tools and you try to figure out what caused it, right? What was that initial moment when that happened? And then when you dive into it and you gain the lesson from that particular situation, then you'll be able to
Mhm.
like really understand it. But a lot of people don't want the lesson. They're afraid of
Right.
that lesson because they don't want to be ashamed of allowing something that happened, in a sense. I guess that could be it. But
That's a good like that's where the accountability comes in. When it
right.
comes to your part, you're like, yeah,
Yeah, because that who really wants to hold themselves accountable? Let's be honest, people.
nobody does.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's really be honest. Nobody really wants to hold themselves accountable, but it's
No.
important. It's a necessary thing because you don't want to keep blaming the same person over and over, or blame the situation on somebody that had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
at some point we have to open our eyes and realize, damn, we allowed this to happen. Like this was
Mhm.
us. You know what I'm saying? And when you do, and you gain that tool, gain that knowledge from that, you're just like it doesn't hit you as bad as it was before. It's still gonna be there, right? Don't ever think that
Mhm.
trigger or that trauma is gonna go away. It won't, right?
Right.
Actually, I want to ask you about that. Um,
Mhm.
Before you started actually focusing on that, right? Did you feel like you were just like, I want to heal from this trauma instead of like minimizing it? Because I know a lot of us will be like, I want to heal from a trauma. I want to get rid of it altogether. You know what I'm saying? So in the moment
Yeah.
of you healing, like, or figuring out if you want to get into your journey, did you like your mindset was, I need to get away from this trauma and heal from it completely?
Um, I don't think you really heal completely. Um, there's always gonna be some type of residue there
Yeah.
from your traumatic, past or whatever happened before.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's more so you want to heal, but sometimes you don't know how to, I guess.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely. I think it's important. I mean, that's why they have coaches for these things, right?
Yeah,
I do have a coach that
right.
does the
Me
healing
too.
journey. He actually goes through the whole healing journey with you. He has all types of um ebooks, he has
Hmm.
workshops, you know what I'm saying? He has his own community on that school app where he assists with with that journey. He's also a relationship
Hmm.
coach, so it works hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys need
A
any
little bit of
assistance in
everything.
regards to a little bit of everything, so if you guys need assistance with that journey to finding a way to start that journey, I can definitely link you guys with him, and we can get you going. um but no, it's important. All of this is important in regards to that journey. So next question.
Hmm.
What new version of you has your healing introduced to the world or to yourself since you've been on this journey?
Um, I guess less reactive, more responsive.
You're less reactive, more responsible. Go a little bit into that.
Like more so, I feel like I wouldn't react to things or I wouldn't say anything I would kind of like just brush it off.
Hmm.
Like I didn't really deal with a lot of things before.
So do you feel like before were you more on the defensive in regards to certain things at one point, or
Yes,
it was just
yeah.
like, yeah,
It was that or being extremely sensitive to everything, you know?
got it.
So it was kind of hard to express yourself without sounding so sensitive all the time.
Hmm.
So that was the problem too.
Okay, so I know, allowing your emotions to make the decisions for you. It's usually
Yeah,
it's definitely like the wrong way to handle things, right?
right.
Because your emotions will either add fuel to the fire, or
Mhm.
it will prevent you from seeing things logically. Um,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
yes.
So when we get into arguments, tidbits, situations, where you lack emotional control, right? Or lack
Mhm.
emotional intelligence, you will see yourself react in a way that is not even like you, for one, right? You're not even going to be able to really recognize yourself when you start reacting, because you're reacting so far into your emotions that you can't recognize yourself for the most
Right.
part. You know what I'm saying? And then when you calm down and you finally get that moment of then you think about everything. You're like, damn, I could have did this completely different. Like, this
Yes.
didn't even have to go this way. Like,
Yeah. And
like,
you know what's so funny? How you say that, Manny?
mm,
That actually happened kind of pretty recently.
yeah,
So I'm
you want to
like,
talk about it?
damn, like not too in depth of it,
No, you
but
don't have to. You don't have to go in that.
I'll
Yeah,
talk about a little bit.
go for
But
it.
it's more so like me. You see how what you were just saying before me, when it came to conflict, I feel like I shut down a lot. I wasn't an argumentative person.
Okay.
Like I didn't like arguing. I didn't want to
Hmm.
bring stress to you. I don't want to feel like you think I'm attacking you when I'm speaking to you, because I feel like people always thought I was like an aggressive person and
Okay.
stuff like that. So
Hmm.
it was really hard for me to express myself without it sounding like an argument. It's like I don't know if
Fair.
I had to work on my communication skills or how to talk better. I don't know, but
Right.
you know, but also it was me when I get upset and I'm impulsive, I shut down and I won't talk to you. Like that's just how it was for me. Like I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not dealing
Okay.
with that, and I just did it. But at the same time, it's like, damn, why am I doing that to someone I know for that long? Like I can't even have a conversation with someone I know for this long because I don't want to deal with you no more.
Hmm. I mean,
And in the
yeah,
in the
that's
moment, I
fair.
was like, damn, I said that, and I have to stand on it now because it's been this long. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
So
now it's out of your control,
yes.
right? In regards to a situation like that, when you all right. So when that happens, right? There's one or
Mhm.
two things that can be resolved in regards to that. You can either try to resolve it right off the bat, right, and have a conversation with them if you're capable and able, right?
Mhm.
Um, but if you can't and you're unable to, what's going to end up happening is now it's not up to you whether it gets resolved or not. It's
Mhm.
up to the other person, because now it's in their ball game because it's been so long. They have to choose if they want to actually have a conversation with you after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's now in their hands if they're willing to have a conversation with you. If they are and you guys can resolve it, cool beans, right? But you have to be
Mhm.
prepared for a response where they'd be like, nah, fuck you, not doing it, because we could have
Mhm.
resolved it before and you took
Mhm.
this long to resolve it, right? So you might get one
Right.
of those two responses, and you have to be okay with both responses.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah. I
know
was
what
prepared for it. It like I
Yeah,
kind of prepped for it a little bit.
right.
Just even though it was weird to do that, but it was just like I feel like that was something I had to do. And mind you, I really don't apologize to people like that.
Mm,
But that was one person I felt like I owed an apology to. So
right.
that's why I did it.
No, I get it. I feel like if you have to apologize for something, you know that you did something wrong. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, you
Hell
know that
yeah.
you did something
That I
wrong.
Was more of a closure for her
Okay,
and
fair enough.
more so not feeling guilty. I don't like having like a guilty conscience. Like I don't like feeling bad
Yeah.
or like when something's bothering me, I feel like I have to fix it. Like if I'm thinking about it too much, if it's on my mind all day, then obviously it's bothering me.
Yeah, if it's on your mind, it's because you know you did something wrong.
Yeah,
Like you
right.
know what I'm saying? Like you know
Pretty
you did
much.
something wrong because there's no way that you're not thinking about it. Or it's on your mind as much as it is, and it's not, and and you can't even admit that you did something wrong because
I
there's
know.
no that's crazy that you can walk
Yeah.
that anybody can walk around knowing that there's something on their mind and it's bothering them to the point where they feel like they have to address it. You messed
Yeah.
up somewhere. Like
Yeah.
you have to hold yourself accountable and be like, damn, I
Yeah.
did
As I felt like
made
as
a
an adult,
mistake.
as a grown woman, I felt like I just had to do that. Like,
Yeah,
even
that's
if
fair.
we like, and I kind of got the hint, like, we're not going to be like cool no more, which is fine. Like, I'm not mad about
Hmm.
that. And I understand that part. But I was happy I was able to do that on my own without somebody
Yeah.
telling me to do it, pushing me to do it. I did it on my own.
Oh,
You
I'm
know what I
proud of you
mean?
for that because that's not
Yeah.
easy. That's not an easy thing to do because a lot of
It's
people will be
not.
like,
That's hard. Like,
no,
honestly,
it
I'm
is
really
hard
like,
because
I can honestly admit, like, I'm stuck up in shit. I don't like saying sorry to people. Like,
I
I'm just
don't
being
blame
really
you.
honest with
That's
you.
the way
But
that I look
I,
at it.
yeah,
I tell people if you don't want to have to apologize, don't do anything that you have to apologize for.
they basically, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the issue right there, right? People be like, I don't like to apologize, and I'm not. This is not towards you. Just kind of overall, right? People be
Hmm.
like, I don't like to apologize, but yet you continue to do things you have to apologize for. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So stop doing things that you have to apologize for, and you won't have to apologize. You know
that's
what
true.
I'm saying? But
That's
if you
true.
do something where you have to apologize, you have to hold yourself accountable and be an adult and have that conversation, no matter if you're afraid of what the response is going to be. You played that role. That was your actions. You can't control the consequences.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I wasn't scared of the response
That's good.
because I kind of like know how the person is already, so
Yeah.
I kind of knew she wasn't gonna like bug
You
out on me or
prepared
nothing. But
yourself. You prepared yourself very well for that.
yeah.
That's huge. That's huge. I'm proud of you for that. Cause that's not
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. Listen, in order for better things to come into your life, you can't be the same person forever. And I think you have to kind of realize that as you get older.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's definitely one of those things that you have to strip away a lot of the old habits that you had if you're going to be better, right?
Hmm.
And we have a tendency to ignore those habits, even though that it's literally in our face. And one of the habits that a lot of people are afraid to strip is their isolation, right? They isolate themselves from the world, thinking that it's doing better, is
You
betterment
doing
for
it
the
again,
world.
man? You leave me alone.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know,
Well, you know
like,
what's crazy? I can't say I isolate from the world, but when you're alone a lot, you just get used to it. You be like, damn, I don't
yeah,
really know how to be around people like that. Like when I go around people, I be like, all right, I'll be around people for like 2 hours, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm ready to go back in the
that's
house.
enough. That's enough. That's enough peopling.
There's too much energy out here. I gotta go back in the house.
No, I can understand that, but you also have to protect your energy too. So I can
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah,
It's a
pretty much.
level of it. Like so, the only thing that's really healthy about isolation is when you're healing, like when you're actually
Hmm.
doing something with it, right? But when you're intentionally isolating yourself and you're not doing anything with that energy, like nothing, you're not healing, you're not growing, you're not learning something new, you're not doing anything to really progress,
Hmm.
right? That's when isolation is a negative thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if you're not using isolation to grow and be better, then you shouldn't be isolating yourself. You need to figure out why you're isolating yourself if you're not growing. Like what's causing that? Like is it the lack of is it a social anxiety thing? You know what I'm saying? Is it just a trust thing? Because if it's trust, usually trust issues they stem from childhood. Just to put that out there. A lot of
Mhm.
trusts and issues that we have with individuals when it starts to stem in our adulthood, it comes from our childhood. It comes from something that happened in our childhood. We
Mhm.
probably suppressed it where we don't think about it. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Oh yeah.
it
I could
always
say I suppress a lot of things.
it always resurfaces in a way without us realizing it. And then when we have to deal with it, we're like, yo, why does this keep happening? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why does this keep happening? And then we don't figure it out. We just let it keep happening. But if it
Mm.
happens more times than not, then you have to dive into it and try to figure it out. Try to get the solutions to it. It's important. Let me see what else we got. So, how do you handle Days when healing feels like you're back at square one.
Hmm.
I mean, because
Mm.
that's so just to give a little piggyback on that question, right? Um, in regards to that, pretty much what that looks like, just to give everybody that's watching, um, just a bit quick feedback on that question itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
When healing feels like you're back at square one, that means you have a tendency to fall back into old habits, right? Without
Yeah.
realizing it. Or if you do realize it, you know what I'm saying? You're still at that point where you're comfortable with that habit or comfortable with that pattern. So you just continue to do it, right? Even though you are trying to work towards it, you fall into that. You still fall into those little habits and little patterns and little. This is the little one. It's usually the little habits and little patterns. You know what I'm saying, that you fall back
Mm-hmm.
into. But those little habits and those patterns, they grow into big habits and big patterns, right? So
Yeah.
we try to work on those little things, right? But that's pretty much where I'm going with that. So like if you have like this something that you're working on, something that you're trying to heal from, but while you're healing from it, something happens and then you just feel like you're just boom, square one. Like it just happens like instantly type of thing.
So basically asking how do I handle it?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just accept it. I was like, all right, bitch, you back to where you were. What we gonna do different this time while we back here? You
Right.
know?
And then you have
So
to
I try to give myself some grace too. I feel like you kind of beat yourself up when you kind of repeat a pattern a little bit.
mm-hmm.
Um, just trying to understand why is this so familiar to you, and you need to
Yeah.
figure out why you back there.
I mean, no, that's true though. Like it's always gonna be a familiar space.
Yeah,
Like the
you're so
pattern.
comfortable in that space. It's like, dang, like I was doing good. Why am I back here? Even though it's
Yeah.
been this long, I came back to this situation.
Yeah. Because there's something that was missing. You missed a point.
Yeah.
You missed something or a lesson, some experience, right? In regards to that pattern or that, you know, or that habit
Right.
that prevented the healing to stay where it was. Now, let's keep in mind, we'll never get really completely rid of anything. Okay. Even the patterns and the habits, like they're a part of your lived experience. Put it
Mm-hmm.
that way. Right. So it's not gonna go away. The only thing that you're working towards is gaining better habits and better
Mm-hmm.
patterns, right? Now the patterns itself are routines. The routines that you would relatively have or you create, so that way you don't fall back into those old habits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the more that you do something, the more comfortable you get with it, right? The more your brain processes it. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a neurological thing. So the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it, the more your brain recognizes it, the more it becomes autonomous. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can
Right.
continue to do it.
Repetition.
Repetition, right? They say like it takes like 20, I think it's like 21 days or 28 days.
22, yeah.
Yeah, something around there.
Building up a
22 to
new habit.
28 days for you to build new habits and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to continue to keep going and keep doing it until it becomes a norm to your brain. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because that's where it's gonna get stored. So you have to continue to do it and continue to keep going with it, so that way you can change the old habits into and bring some new ones and some healthy ones, some healthy habits. Because habits are also temporary too. By the way, guys, they're not something that you're supposed to keep because
Yeah.
they're supposed to become a part of a routine that you do. So
Mm-hmm.
habits are interchangeable in a sense. They're interchangeable. So you don't really keep the habits itself when you have them. They help you build resilience to things that you're not supposed to have resilience towards.
Right.
Like unhealthy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go into a deeper conversation, the bad parts. What's one truth you tried to avoid but couldn't outrun?
All right.
Yeah. Something that really hit you. Like for example, when you were reading the book and something that really got you in the book, right? That was like, damn, I couldn't never outrun this even if I tried. Cause I read it. Like it was it was literally in my face. Like I read it. Like I can't outrun this shit now because it's like right here. Like it's in words. like, like you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Your healing, your growth, and your peace is like it's your responsibility. You know what I mean? Like no
Yeah.
matter how much you try to run from it, you got to deal with it. I feel like the longer you wait, the longer it takes to deal with it.
And time waits for nobody. If you
Yeah.
guys don't know that by now, you know what I'm saying?
And no, nobody's gonna save you. Not your friend, not your therapist, not your
No.
man. You got to do it on your own.
No, speaking of the therapist, right? Let's piggyback on that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a lot of people are skeptical with therapy. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Um, which is fine. I can understand the skepticism from therapy
Mm-hmm.
because we go into therapy not being honest with ourselves. Okay. So we end up getting such a negative notation for therapy because we don't tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I've been telling people recently is, come into therapy with a game plan, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
know that you're struggling with something and you need help with it, be transparent with yourself first before you step into therapy. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to be able to tell the therapist exactly what's wrong with you and what you're struggling with. So that way they can create a game plan on how to help you correctly. When
Right.
you're lying to yourself, you're going to give the therapist whatever comes to your brain that you feel like is what you're struggling with, which half the time it's not what you're really struggling with. So now
Mm-hmm.
you're giving them something that they can't really help you with because you're not
Right.
struggling with this. You know what I'm saying? So now
Mm-hmm.
you're wasting your time, the therapist's time, your money, and you know what I'm saying? Like you're just wasting time at this point because it's not a productive interaction with them, right? Because you're not healing from none of this stuff. You're healing from things that you don't need to heal from. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And if you can be honest with yourself and be truthful with yourself and then bring it to the therapist, they can find a better game plan and they can give you things to actually help you work towards these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can't obviously give you everything, but
Right. And that's the thing. Therapists, I think people think they go to therapy, they're just gonna magically get better. No,
yeah,
it's to help you. It's not to heal you. Your healing journey is for you. They are giving you the resources to help you with your healing journey. That's all they're doing.
exactly. Exactly. That's just the tools. The tools. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing with coaching. Coaching, we don't heal you. We give you the tools that's
Yeah.
necessary. Like for example, my book is a tool. You know what I'm saying? It gives you the tool to see yourself outside yourself. You know what I'm saying? The version of yourself that you don't want to look at because that version is the version that you're supposed to be. But
Mm-hmm.
it's an uncomfortable part, right?
Yeah. And you gotta choose your like honestly, you gotta be picky about your therapist too. Like don't just get a therapist think, oh, this is gonna be a good therapist. You kind of
Right.
have to really look and go through therapists to know which one's a good one and which one isn't.
Yeah, you got to shop for them. You got to
Yeah.
shop for your therapist like you shop for your groceries, people.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like my best therapist was actually a black man. I had a really good therapist,
Hmm.
but
Right.
he wasn't in our system anymore at my job, so he was no longer my therapist. But I miss that therapist. He really actually taught me a lot about myself.
Hmm.
And he actually triggered, like he did everything. He triggered me. He made me cry. Like I never even cry in front of people like that. Like, so it's
No,
like,
I
damn,
get it,
you really got those triggers out that I never really thought bothered me until we talked about it.
and that's the goal,
Yeah.
right? Their goal is just for you to see yourself, right? And that's the way that I operate myself, right?
Hmm.
That's why everybody say you should go into therapy. I don't want to do therapy. It's too much red tape. I ain't trying to way
Red tape.
too much red tape. You know what I'm saying? Because as a therapist, there's things that you can and cannot say. You know what I'm saying? So I as a coach, I'm not limited to these things. You know what I'm saying? So there's too much red tape as a therapist, and I have to go to school and do all that stuff. It's a lot of money being spent. Ain't nobody got time for that. Um, I can help effectively as a coach, just like a therapist can help. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
the overall goal for just as therapists and coaches is for you to heal. Is for you to be better, right?
Yeah.
Me as a coach, I'm focused on you. That's my overall platform is self-love. You know what I'm saying? It's to focus on you and focus on healing you and not worried about what the other person's doing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the other
Hmm.
person hurt you. Yes, the other person did damage to you. But what are you
Hmm.
going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to heal or are you going to allow it to keep attacking you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you going to keep hiding under this bunker of woe me and victimhood and victimization, or you gonna try to be the better version of yourself and see yourself and see that there is more to what your pain is. Your pain is always going to be there. It's a lived experience. You can't get rid of it no matter how hard you try, but you can grow from it.
Hmm.
You know, right? You can be better and operate in a healthier way where it's not attacking you all the time.
True.
That's my goal. But you have to be willing to hold yourself accountable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. I don't know how to do that, and I'm not gonna sit there and hold your hand either. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help
Right.
you. I'm gonna do what I can to help you, and as long as you're willing to push forward, then we can make this happen. But the moment that I see that you're falling short, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, gotta get back up. What are we doing? What are we doing? I see what you're doing. I'll give you some moments to get it together, and then we're gonna get back on the track. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get back on that treadmill. We're gonna keep it moving, we're gonna keep it running. Because there's a version of you that's waiting.
Hmm.
There's a version of you that's waiting. And that deserves to be seen and that deserves to be shown. The person that you currently are, it was fun while it lasted. But it's time to get back on the ball. And that's the most important thing. Um when you look at your growth today, what part of you are you most proud of?
So when I look at my what today,
When you look at your growth,
growth.
yeah, what part of you are you most proud of?
Um,
If
my,
you had to give it a good thought.
I'm glad that my growth is making me a better person, like as a human anyway.
Hmm.
I feel like it's showing me to have more empathy for myself
Okay.
and hmm,
So
I
if
don't
you
know.
had to think about like for let's put it this way. If you had to think about who you were before, because obviously you spent more time with that person than you did with the new person, right? If you look
Hmm.
at the person that you were before, and you'll be and you know, let's say okay, let's look at it as panoramic view, right? The 3D
Hmm.
view, multiple screens, the person that you were before, right? And
Hmm.
then the person that's working on themselves. When you look at those two people, right?
Hmm.
What are the things that you see that's different besides what you obviously just said? Like what things that you see you see, because obviously you spent more time with the person that wasn't healed, which we don't even realize that we do. We spend more time with the person that wasn't healed than the person that's healed because we never knew this person in the first place, right? This is where
Right.
this person's new to us. It's a whole new relationship, everything. So comparing those two individuals, like what are the things that you can say that you're really proud of that you've changed or you've grown from?
I guess I grown from my triggers. I grown from like from not communicating to communicating. I was really bad at that
Okay,
before.
got it.
Um, being more transparent and not assuming the worst thing ever, or just I don't know. It's a lot of things, I guess.
I think one of the things that what I noticed for everybody is not just you. We don't celebrate ourselves enough,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because if we did celebrate ourselves enough, then we would be able to answer that question correctly.
You're right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Um, we put in the work, we put in the work, and we do these things, and we go through these parts of this journey, and we don't stop to celebrate the work that we've actually put in.
Oh my
Hold on one
God,
second.
man. You're annoying sometimes. Because everything you're talking about, I'm like, I kind of like went through that just recently. Because you're right. I don't celebrate myself. Like just recently, I got like 3 certifications, and I graduated and didn't even say nothing really to
Hmm.
people. I just did it just to get something under my resume. I didn't care to brag about it. Like, you know what
Hmm.
I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like things I do, I just do it without, I guess, telling friends or like telling people and stuff. But I feel like I shouldn't do that. I feel like I should be able to express myself to say, hey guys, I'm doing this. I want you guys to come celebrate with me. I don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a difficult thing to do, to celebrate ourselves because we weren't really taught to do that. You know what I'm saying? We just taught we had to work hard and accomplish
Mm.
things, and just just that be it, right? We never really
Don't
thought.
get me wrong. I celebrate myself, but more so I'll go travel by myself or like one other person. That's me
Mhm.
celebrating myself to me.
I mean, it looks different for everybody, right?
Right.
So nobody's celebratory behavior is the same.
Right.
And obviously that's something that we have to recognize, but like the little things, like there's big things that we accomplish, like getting a certification and things like that. That's huge. That's a big accomplishment. But in regards to like your healing journey, when we
Hmm.
work on the small things, we don't celebrate the small things because we're thinking to ourselves, we should already know this. We should already been did this. Like, you know what
That's
I'm
true.
saying?
Hmm.
Yeah, we should already been
Yeah.
did this. But now, you know, now that we've accomplished this, what's next? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. Instead of just celebrating it, like it doesn't have to be a big celebration, right? It doesn't have to be nothing major, but just to acknowledge it, right? And be like, yo, I did this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I actually put in the work and I can see the change. I can see the shift. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually putting in the actual work to be better. And it's showing in real time. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's the struggle with a lot of people in the healing journey. Yes, we go through this process and we're healing and we're working on these things, but we don't acknowledge them the way that we should
Hmm.
until it actually happened, like something happens, and then you see that it actually helped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you were like, damn, it really did help. Or, like, me taking time to figure this out, and then that trigger resurfaces in a situation, and I'm just like, I didn't get affected the way that I got affected the last time that trigger came up. Like, it didn't hit me as hard. It still hit me, but it wasn't like detrimental. I wasn't running. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
felt like I had a piece of armor and just like deflected. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you had some Kevlar on or something, and you know what I'm saying? It hit you. You felt the impact, but it wasn't as bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like it's one of those things, and that's when you have to really celebrate, like for real, because like I said, those triggers and traumas, they don't go away. But when you deal with one of them, right, and you see that it doesn't impact you the way that it did before, you're winning.
Hmm.
That's a win. That is a win on top of a win, because that's not an easy thing to work towards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because depending on how bad that trigger was originally, if it don't hit you the way that it did before, you got yourself a winner. I'm trying to tell you, you got to embrace that. You
Hmm.
have to embrace that. So, moving forward, we're gonna celebrate. We gonna celebrate. We gonna celebrate.
Right.
We gonna celebrate.
We're gonna
I'm hold.
celebrate.
I'm
Okay.
gonna hold you accountable. We gonna celebrate.
All right.
All right. Welcome in everybody. If you guys are here, please let me know that you are here. Leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Leave a like. If you guys are watching from YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel at King of Self Love and at Monumental Podcast. We are streaming live on both. I'm also streaming live on Twitch at Monumental Podcast. So if you guys want to subscribe to my Twitch channel, I'm trying to grow that page as well. We're going to be doing the same thing here that we do on Twitch. We're going to be doing the coaching and the interviews, and we're going to bring good healthy conversations back to social media. None of that toxic stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't want to be that person. I was gonna say, is it bad to mute in the middle of a live so I can get my headphones so I can hear
no,
you
go
better?
if you want to go right ahead. Go take
Okay.
a break. I'll do a commercial break. Guys, so if you guys want to go grab the mirror labyrinth that she actually purchased, if you guys go on Amazon, and grab the mirror labyrinth right here, right here on you can get it paperback or you can get it hardcover. Go grab yourself a copy. If you are ready to focus on working on self, then and if you have any questions, you can always message me and I will definitely answer back with no problem. Just be sure to go ahead, grab yourself a copy, read through the book, leave a review once you finish the book. And if you have any questions on this healing journey, like I said, I am connected with an amazing coach that does the healing journey with you in regards to workshops. He has a whole community over there. So make sure you guys definitely grab the book, shoot me a message if you have any questions, and then we'll get you right. We'll get you right. My website is temporarily down. We're working on getting that fixed, getting that back up. So as far as coaching is concerned, you're gonna get the coaching through the books or at the current moment. So that's the way that you're gonna get them coaching through the books. I promise you, these books, they're gonna get you right. They're gonna get you right. They're gonna get you active. They're gonna make you recognize things that you probably never recognized. They're gonna make you think about things that you actually never thought to think about. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that I made sure in the book itself is you can't run from anything that you're supposed to hold yourself accountable for. It's very difficult. It's a difficult thing to do when all the information is directly in your face, literally in your face. But I mean in your face, I mean directly in your face. It's a scary thing on how easily this book can hold you accountable. I'm, not, I'm not gonna lie to you, because when I read it back and I read certain things from it, it's just like, ooh, like why did it just hit me like that? But it does hit you. You know what I'm saying? It has a moment where it does hit you. It's not a long book, but it's a lot. It's a lot that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? You probably gonna want to fight me after you read it. You're gonna fight me when you want to read it. Let me know when you're back, okay? You definitely gonna fight me when you want to read it. But in regards to the conversation that we're having here, in regards to the transparency of healing, it's just one of those things that we have to be honest with ourselves about. You know what I'm saying? We have to sit and have that conversation because the healing journey is not easy. It's hard. It's difficult. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of layers to it. And we have to acknowledge that there's many layers to being a healed or healing person. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you'll never really be healed because that journey is forever. But you can work on being better for yourself. You can work on being better about certain things, and growing to recognize when certain things do have an effect on you, and gaining the tools that you need in regards to the effect itself. Because like who wants to be dealing with the negativity all the time? Like, do you want to really constantly be negative every single time? You know what I'm saying? And be negative towards yourself and not be able to recognize yourself and have to constantly put a mirror or a mask on just to feel good every single time. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. It really isn't. It's very much of a struggle. You know what I'm saying? To have to constantly wear a mask every single time. You know what I'm saying? It is a struggle. It is a definite struggle. And when we're wearing this mask, right? There's two things that's happening, right? You're gonna overly drain yourself. That's one, right? Because you're not being authentic. You're constantly having to perform just so you can feel good about yourself. You're performing for everybody. You're performing for social media. You're performing for friends. You're performing for family. You know what I'm saying? So you're doing all this performative measure just to feel good. And next thing you know, you're drained, you're tired, you're exhausted. But you have to rejuvenate just to do it all over again the next day. That right there alone is a struggle. That right there is a fight. So let's not do that to ourselves, and let's strive to be authentic. Let's strive to really focus on what self-love really looks like. And yes, self-love is just more than getting your nails done and your hair done, people. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just going to get a haircut. It's more than just going out to eat by yourself. It's really diving into the things that really put you in an uneased position, right? I.e., triggers and traumas, right? Things that you know that affect you on a daily basis, things that prevent you from being around certain individuals or certain people or just people in general, right? Because we have certain things that will click when we're around people and we just either lash out, our emotions get heightened, and we don't even know why it's happening, but we know that it happened. You know what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden, you're getting into arguments and fights with people that you shouldn't be getting arguments and fights with because of something that you chose not to heal from. Knowingly or unknowingly. I'll put that out there. Knowingly or unknowingly. So, but now that we're back, um, ooh, that's a good question.
What's the question?
What's something healing forced you to admit about yourself that you didn't like at first? That's a good question. Holy shit. Yeah. If that's not reflection, I don't know what is.
Right. It's like,
Give me right. I'll be back 1 second. Go ahead.
hmm, I could be extremely judgmental. And I'm a bitch sometimes. I be trying not to be.
Say that again.
Yeah. Oh,
You want me to
did I
repeat it?
mumble that? I could be very judgmental sometimes.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. Um,
Not judgmental how? Because honestly, judgments is a part of life, so we can't
no,
really.
I'm way too judgmental. I be catching
Uh,
myself. I'm like, "Bitch, stop judging people. What's wrong with you?"
mm, so all right. So you opened up that door. Okay. So I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
Recently, have you had any recent situations where you caught yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like I'm a little too blunt sometimes. So when I
Okay.
express myself, I have to stop myself because I'm like, damn, this may be regular to me, but to you, you're gonna get offended. So I have to stop the way I'm about to say this. So I can't express it because you're gonna get offended.
I mean, you're not wrong, right? Because everybody takes things differently,
Yeah.
right? Conversations with someone that's healed versus not healed, conversation with somebody that's a little softer in language and tone and behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is different than somebody like me. I'm from New York, so you talk to me aggressively. Sometimes
Oh, I
I'll
already
take it,
know.
right? I'll take it, but sometimes I won't. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how your tone is. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So it's just like I can understand that. I can understand that. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing because some people were raised soft toned, like they the soft tone mentality, soft tone behavior. So they don't expect you to be all loud in their face and aggressive, and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mind
And,
you, I'm
and
not really loud and aggressive,
the
honestly.
tone,
Yeah.
the tone is everything.
Yeah. I feel like even still, like you can talk softly, but people still get offended. Like no matter really what it is.
And I will dive into that for you right now. That is an unhealed person.
Yeah.
That is an unhealed person. Let's dive into that real quick, right? We have individuals that will, no matter what you say, how you say it, they will take it negatively.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, they will take it negatively. They don't know how to take constructive criticism. They don't know
Yeah.
how to take any of that. because they
I feel like that's
don't.
why, like, especially like when it comes to like relationships and stuff like that, like it's hard to communicate when the person gets triggered so easily. You're like, ugh, like I don't want to feel like I'm stepping on eggshells talking to you, but I also don't want to be feeling some type of way being around you either. Like I want to be able to express myself without
Yeah.
feeling like we're about to argue. I don't like
So
that feeling.
in regards to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a way to actually resolve that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's pretty much just communicating, right? You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
necessarily communicate exactly what you want to communicate. You can
Mm-hmm.
kind of, you know, introduce the conversation in a sense, right? So listen, like, listen, I need to talk to you about this certain thing. You know what I'm saying? It is important for me to have this conversation with you. Are you capable of having this conversation with me? Right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want our emotions to get in the way of us having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like that introduce the conversation. And if they're willing to have the conversation, boom, have the conversation.
Right.
Right. If you see that the conversation is going left, then just stop. You know what
That's
I'm
pretty much
saying?
what I do.
Yeah, that's you just have to stop because they left that door open because you did introduce it, right? They said yes, I'm willing to have the conversation. So it's not your fault, and their emotions is not your responsibility during that conversation, right? Let's
Mm-hmm.
just be honest here, right? Because you introduced it correctly. You didn't just throw the conversation down their throat, right? You didn't just force them into the conversation. You introduced it. You know what I'm saying? They were willing to accept the introduction to the conversation and have that conversation with you. Now, if they get in their feelings in the conversation of whatever is being had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever was ever being conversed, that has nothing to do with you.
Oh yeah, I
You know what
know.
I'm saying? That has nothing to do with you. Now, if you're the other person that just want to try to throw conversations in people's faces when they're not even prepared for it, you're an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like you're an asshole. You're not supposed to be doing that. You can't just expect somebody to want to have a conversation with you. Like
I
it
know.
doesn't
That
it doesn't
reminds me of that question you asked me before. What was it? It was the how do you balance transparency with privacy?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like when it comes to sharing something about myself, like I don't share things that can be used against me.
That's fair
That
enough.
person, you
That's
know,
fair enough.
like transparency is my clarity and privacy is my safety. Like I could be transparent with you, but I'm not going to tell you every little thing about me just because off of experience and off of seeing how girls or whatever move when they're mad at you. Oh,
Yeah,
my business is going on Facebook. I already know how it is. You know what I mean? I'm not stupid. I would never
I can
allow
understand that.
myself to tell you that much of myself or give that much away
Right.
for that to even happen. You know what I mean?
No, I mean that makes sense though. I mean that's one of those things, and this is one thing that people don't realize. Is respect is always given, no matter who it is, but trust is earned. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got to earn that trust for me to be able to tell
Hell
you
yeah.
things that I know that can be detrimental to me, that I know it's
Yeah.
gonna hurt me, no matter if I'm on my healing journey, no matter if I am being the better version of myself. Doesn't mean that it doesn't have an effect on me.
Right. And
If
that's
I
just
get
what it is. Like if like even like friends, like whether we're friends or not now or we still are, if I ever seen you move a certain way with a friend, I checked that in my mind. Like, oh, I know not to do that with you because you're gonna do that with me too. That's
Mhm.
how I
I
you
mean
know what I
that's
mean?
fair though. I don't see why that's a fair assessment to that because if you're and being aware, right? That's
Yeah.
self-awareness, right? You're aware
Yeah.
of somebody else's behavior. You're aware that they do this to other people, right? It's not just a one-off. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Mm-hmm.
just a one-off type of situation. It's a consistent pattern. You know what I'm saying? So you know that all right, this you do this to this person, that person, and that person. I'm
Right.
not safe around you. Like, like, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
and that's why it's kind of hard to have like that's why you see a lot of women like it's hard for them to make friends because you
Hmm.
have trust issues because of how girls move when they're mad at you. Like me, when I'm mad at you, I can cuss you out and go home. I'm not thinking about telling your business. Like
Yeah.
you were ready to tell the business. It's like you picked a day where you got that mad to tell the business. It's like you were holding it in to tell it.
Hmm.
It's like how is that the first thing you want to talk about when you're mad at somebody?
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
mean
also
that
you
makes
were
sense.
holding that in for a long time, so you bring it out when we got into an argument.
That's level of resentment,
Yeah,
grudges. It's a real thing. But it's also like I said, the trust issue thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people's trust issues, it doesn't just stem from things that happen in your adulthood, things that happen as a child. You have to reflect on those things as well. It's important. You gotta look at those things as a child, on the things that you struggled with as a child. Um, a moment where I don't know, your parents probably did something that you felt like was out of pocket, but you could recognize that it was wrong, right? But
Mm-hmm.
they continue to do it, right? Or the abandonment aspect of a child, when a child has to constantly perform for them to be seen or to be loved by their guardian, caretaker. You know what I'm saying? That breeds trust issues as well. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you're already receiving, you're already noticing that your parents are not there for you, or your caretaker is not there for you the way that they're supposed to. When you become an adult and you see people start doing and moving and acting the same exact way your parents act as a child, as you were when you were a child, it creates the same level of trust issues,
Yeah.
right? Even if it's verbal or physical, right? Even if it's verbal or physical, it's still the same ideology that you had as a child. It's just done in different ways. The trust issues are still there. The abandonment is still there. They can abandon you verbally, they can abandon you physically. You know what I'm saying? And it will still have the same exact effect that it had when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when it continues to keep happening, it just makes it worse. So at some point, obviously, we have to tackle that. You would have to tackle that, and you have to figure that out, because it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse.
Right. And I saw that. Only thing it really took for me is me being real with my feelings. Me, I never
Hmm.
really expressed myself. Like
Right.
I wouldn't really tell like my family or people how I really felt. But now it's just like, hell yeah, I'm gonna tell you how I feel because this is how I felt and that's just what it is. I feel like people shouldn't try to like restrain you from feeling the way you feel. Cause I feel like people do that. They're like, oh, you shouldn't feel that way after. Well, that's just how I feel and that's just what it is. You know what I
I
mean? I
mean,
shouldn't have to change how I feel because you don't want me to feel that way.
that's a Yeah, that's manipulation in its
Yeah.
finest. You know what I'm
Or
saying?
they
They're
be like,
trying
oh,
to.
you never said nothing, or I never this. I said, no, I don't have to say nothing. You know what you be doing. Like, for instance, like when it comes to like family, I have a family, but I don't feel welcome in my family. I don't even get
Right.
invited to shit.
Yeah.
They're like, I invited your mom and your sister. I don't live with them. We're all grown. What you mean?
Right. I mean,
You know what I mean? Like, so
and when you're trying to
even,
be, and when you're becoming better, you become the black sheep.
oh, I've been the black sheep since I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I used to feel that way. Like, I felt like it
Mm.
was always like, always negative things towards me, negative comments. Oh, I was fast. I was always doing something bad. You were like, damn, I'm getting good grades. And you worrying about boys? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting honor roll. Y'all be worrying about the wrong shit. Like, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like it was always about my weight. I need to gain weight. I'm too skinny. You're like, damn, bitch, I gotta be a perfect motherfucker. And then when I gain weight, now my face is getting fat. My stomach's getting big. I don't like y'all. I'm just gonna love myself. Fuck it.
Yeah, you can't win
Leave
with
me alone.
anybody else. And it's always a
Like I'm tired of
deflection
that
too.
shit.
It's always somebody that's projecting.
Yeah,
Like they're
all
always
day
projecting.
long. You be like, bro, like I just,
When you're
and then when
accomplishing
I say, hey,
something.
you got fat as fuck, I'm an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like it, like the conversation
No,
goes
but
left
it's
and
but it's
everybody gets
true
mad
though. Like
quiet.
it really is like that though. That's why you just like, sometimes you have to just, it's better to just not say anything at all.
I
Like,
know.
you know what I'm
That's why I
saying?
said I don't, because if I speak my mind, I'm an asshole. So
Yeah. Sometimes
I
it's
just
like, but you'll
collect
know.
myself
Like
and
your
shut
like
up.
your body, your energy will tell you. You'll know. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, when you have to vocalize yourself, and there'll be moments that you just, sometimes being quiet and being silent is the most important thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
Moving
you
in
know what's
silence.
crazy, Manny? Being quiet and silent bothers fucking people. Excuse my French. I'm
Oh, it
sorry. I
does.
swear too much.
You're good. Go
Yeah.
for it. Listen,
I'm
we're
like,
open forum here. Like,
I'm like, why do people be bothered by a quiet black girl in the corner by herself? People do not like that. People do not like when you're quiet. They want to hear you
so
talk.
the people that don't like the quiet is the people that like the chaos, right?
It's
They like
like
chaos.
I
They
don't
like
like it though.
negativity.
I like
They
the
like
quiet.
negative. Quiet. First of all, quiet for somebody that's at peace is healthy, right? Let's dive into that, right? So quiet. So
Mhm.
when it's quiet and it's peaceful, that means you found a piece of serenity. You found a piece of, harmonic energy, where it's peace, where it's just, it's cool, right? You're not
Mhm.
worried about anybody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to focus on nobody. You just kind of focusing on you, focusing on your energy, focusing on the good things, right? Now, when you have individuals that live in a chaotic mindset, which is a book I'm also working on as well, they focus on, they don't know how to stay still.
Hmm.
They don't know how to stay. They don't know how to sit in the silence. They don't know how to live in the silence. It's actually really scary to them because they're so used to just something happening. They have to have something happening. Something has to be happening. You know what I'm saying? It has to be
It's
some
funny. I'm
type of,
like the opposite. When there's too much
yeah.
noise, I feel like, ooh,
No, they
I gotta
need
go
the
silent.
noise. They need the noise. They need the craziness. They need the negativity, right? They
Yeah.
need all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just to just be able to operate. Now, is it possible that that's their environment was like that as a child? Very much so. They
Yeah.
grew up in that chaotic mindset, that chaotic environment, so it feels normal to them. To us, people that like silence and peace and serenity, and feels peaceful to us, we look at them like they're fucking crazy. Because like, why would you want that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you want the chaotic mindset and the negativity and all the crazy energy? Like, why would you really want that, right? You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
you're the product of your own environment, you know?
Exactly. The To us, it looks crazy. To them, it's normal, and we have to accept that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not. It's an unfortunate thing that we have to accept, but it's nonetheless, it's just what it is. That's normal to them, and we
Hmm.
have to be okay with that. Do we have to deal with it? No, but we have to be okay with that. We have to respect that because that's just what their lifestyle is, and that's what they
Right.
know. You know what I'm saying? So we can't judge something that they've known their whole life. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that they grew up, they grew into, they built into because of their environment and what they grew up
Right.
with.
And that was what I had, what I lacked, or I guess I was flawed in. I was very judgmental and wasn't understanding when it comes to certain situations. And, the way I grew up, everybody obviously didn't grow up like me. I was
Hmm.
raised in a two-parent household. So I'm used to some type of structure and discipline a little bit. So
Right.
when you meet a lot of women that like kind of go through the trials of like, you know, of their situation, it's kind of hard to deal with that all the time. Cause I feel like all like a lot of women know is toxic. Like they don't know nothing outside of that. So it's just like
I mean,
when it
it's a
comes to the
it's
good stuff, I feel like they kind of
yeah.
like don't realize it or they don't recognize it and they're so used to it, they just kind of sit in it. So it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to like kind of watch somebody in those situations, especially when you
Yeah.
love them too, you know?
I mean, no, that's true though. It becomes a difficult situation because you want the people around you to grow. Hey, Mika, you
Yeah.
want the people around you to grow. You want people to be better, right? You want them to elevate just like you're elevating. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And obviously, you can't force them to do anything that they don't want to do. Usually, when you're not for everybody. Let me not put that out there like it's everybody because everybody like, no, that's not true. For certain people, when they see you growing and they see you doing better, it makes them want to do better, right? It makes them want to grow. It makes them ask questions. You know what I'm saying? How are you able to live peacefully in certain things? How do you, they're
Hmm.
going to ask certain questions, right? Now, for the other side that we see mostly, right? They're not
Hmm.
going to ask questions. They're going to try to manipulate, control, you know what I'm saying? Be envious of your growth, right? They're going to think that you're trying to be better than them when clearly you're not, right? You're trying to be the
Never.
better version of yourself, the better version of the yesterday that you was or the day before. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're trying to do. But in their head, that's not what they think. They think that you're trying to be better than them. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to run across individuals that will do that. And you have to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't change their mind. If you're able to change their mind, then you have the power of God in your hands. Legit. Like you got his powers in your hands because it's not an easy thing to do.
Mm.
It's not. Like they have to want to change their mindset so that way they don't constantly think like that. Those are the people that you might have to have some boundaries on, like some healthy boundaries in between you and them. So that way they know not to play in your face because they will. They'll give you backhanded compliments. You'll be the topic of the group chat. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll be that person. You know what I'm saying? That's always you'll be that person they always bring up.
You know what's
You
so
won't
funny?
you won't even be a part of the conversation, or it'll have nothing to do with the conversation. But just because of the fact that they're envious and whatever the case may be, they'll find a way to bring you up.
You know what's so funny? Everything you're talking about, I went through it within 2023 to probably just recently.
Okay.
That's why
Yeah.
I was laughing because I'm like I experienced all that, and I'm just like, damn,
I experienced all that too. Trust me.
so funny.
It's
Because I feel like no matter how, like, even when I'm trying to be civil with somebody, like, because me, I
hmm
don't like having like beef with anybody. Like, if
right.
we could be civil, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. You know, I can't make you be cool with me or whatever.
hmm
But it's just more so like no matter how nice I was trying to be or any situation or whatever, I just feel like it never worked. Like I didn't like the you like you said the backhanded comments or the the jealousy or the insecurities that were kind of yelling at me every time I got around them. It was like, look,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, yeah, like your
Yeah.
energy will tell you everything that you need to
Oh
know,
yeah, the body.
and
Even though girls will try to act like they're fine and they be acting
their
like they
body
ain't strong, their
language
body language be yelling at you. You be like, "Yo, you good?" They be
screaming,
like, "Yeah." I'm like,
screaming.
what's good?" Like it's like you're
Listen,
giving me an attitude, but you ain't telling me what's wrong. Like I ain't
like
that bad. Damn,
it's
what's
their
going
body
on?
language be screaming. Okay,
And mind
and
you, this is like you have a honestly, I'm not just making this clear. You would have thought I was a lesbian the way women be acting. You'd be like, are we friends or what? I'm
are we in
confused
a
because the
relationship? Like,
shit
what
y'all
is
be doing, you
happening?
be thinking you in a relationship with this motherfucker. You know what I mean? You be like, why are you getting mad about like what's wrong with you?
Oh man, I
I don't got
mean,
time for no tantrum. Like that's annoying.
I get it, and that's just the realism of it, right? But you have people that act like that,
Yeah, and
and
then you
it
wonder
is.
why shit, you couldn't pay me to be a lesbian. Women are annoying when they have an attitude because you be like, yo, what's good with you?
But it's
Do I
also their.
like
It's
that? That
also
makes me check myself. Do I act like you when I have attitude?
and
Because
you know what's crazy
damn.
when you start to
You
when
be
you start
like,
to actually dive into this, right? Now that you're in your healing journey, you're gonna see things differently, right?
oh yeah.
Because the way that you expressed it just now, I'm gonna give you the opposite, right?
Okay.
That's their trauma responses.
Oh yeah.
They have attachment wounds. There's a certain attachment style that they have in regards to that, and it can happen in a romantic relationship or a friendship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
You know,
and the way that
I
they
do
act
notice
towards
that.
you, it's a
But
certain
also
attachment style that they have.
I'm not even gonna talk about other people. I'm talking about myself more
Mm,
so. I know I experienced abandonment issues. Like I experienced it, so I became that. Like I
yeah,
would have that problem where I would just abandon people that
yeah,
stressed me out
yeah.
because my anxiety is really not the best sometimes. So I don't
Fair
really know
enough.
how to deal with like a lot of chaos. You know, like I said, I grew up in a quiet household. So when I'm in chaos, I get a little nervous. Like I don't know how to navigate through a bunch of chaotic shit all the time. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I mean that's fair though, because I don't think that's an issue with anybody in regards to their healing journey. I think that's something that just happens, right?
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying. You have to protect what makes you peaceful. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and what puts you at
Yeah.
peace. You know what I'm saying, because that's your overall goal when you heal or when you're healing is to protect
Right.
what keeps you at peace. You know
And
what I'm saying?
you know how you know you really healed? This is really because you know we like to be so argumentative back. When somebody's screaming at you and yelling and cussing and you stay calm and you don't cuss back,
Oh
that makes
yeah,
them pissed. People get mad when you're like that. They be
oh
like,
yeah. The
just like
silence,
I
the
just yelled at
silence
you,
is
you're innocent. I'm
beautiful.
like, I stopped letting people like that affect me. Cause I used to get
Yeah.
triggered and argue back.
hmm
Now I be like, I'm not letting you ruin my day.
Yeah. I mean, you
I'm not
just
doing
have
that.
to. You gotta. But it's not an easy thing to do either,
It's
right?
not.
It's
It
not an
depends.
easy thing
Maybe
to
it
do.
depends. They might catch you on a bad day. You never know. But if I'm having a good day and you're having a bad day, I'm like, oh, I gotta get away from you. I just know not to be around you that day because you're having a bad day today. That's how I look at it.
hmm
I'm like,
Right. And
I'm
you can
good.
even vocalize it too. Like, listen, I know you're probably having a bad day, and I don't really want to ruin our friendship right now because you're having a bad day. So I'm just gonna move out the way because I don't want to ruin my day and then ruin your day even more.
I can say that don't really happen too much with now with friends.
'Cause,
That could
listen,
be just with coworkers
even
or
with me,
associates. You be
sometimes
like,
I
damn,
do have to
what I
vocalize it
gotta do
because there's
this?
no way in hell that I can. If I care about you, I'm not just gonna let you operate negatively, right? It's not gonna
Yeah,
happen, right? You can be mad at me after the fact, but like you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna vocalize that you're fucking up. Like you know
right.
what I'm saying. You're doing things the wrong way. Because if I truly care about you and I truly rock with you, then I'm not gonna just continue let you do negative shit. Like it's just not something that I can do. It's not within me. You know what I'm saying? I
That's
can't have
true.
that happen. You
And
know what
you
I'm
know, when you're
saying?
younger, you know how you said that back to that, like when you're younger self, I feel like when, you used to have a lot of friends and all that, I feel like we enabled each other.
Oh
Like
hell yeah. What?
we're all
Listen,
toxic. We think that shit is cute. And then when you get older, you're like, nigga, that shit ain't cute. I'm too old for that shit. Like you be still
yeah.
seeing girls too on that. So you be like, I don't
Listen,
want to be
it happens
doing
all the
that. Like I
time.
wanna, you know, and mind you, it
You
doesn't even have to be crazy toxic. It just be just doing the wrong things, you know,
it's
being with the wrong guys, or just doing the wrong thing you shouldn't be doing. You should
no,
be focused on your
absolutely.
future. You're focused on the wrong things.
Hmm. And we did it too. Like as boys, like because we had all the boys
Yeah,
that went to school with me. We all lived in the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So we all took the bus together. We all came back home together. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we never left without each other. Type shit. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like we made sure that everybody got home.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So because we sometimes they run off with other crowds and then they do something stupid and then they get caught up. Like, no, we're going home. Let's get out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't need your mom asking me a million questions and I got a lot of her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like, I
got
don't.
a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to do all that because then now I'm gonna get caught up. You're gonna get caught up. We all gonna get caught up together, and I don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah,
But
that's
we had people in the crew that would do stupid shit like that, and they would
yeah.
get caught up. You know what I'm saying? And now we have to lie because
It's
we
so
really
funny how
don't.
you said that. So we had a situation that happened. This was years ago where we did stupid shit together, but like maybe two of us didn't get caught, but the other ones did, and then they're calling us to help them. So you're like, oh shit,
Yeah,
I don't want to get in trouble trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
you're like,
already,
you're in
I'm
a
already,
like
I'm
kind of
already
fucked
at
up
the finish
situation.
line, motherfucker. Like I'm not even finna to even try to
I'm
try
like,
to
I'm not
jump
finna
back.
snitch on myself to help somebody.
Like that's not happening. Like you know what I'm saying? You
But you
should
know
have.
what's so funny? When that situation happened, even though they got in trouble, I got in trouble still anyway
Of
because
course you
my
did.
parents found out. So
Absolutely.
everybody got in trouble
You
still.
still like that's and that's the tough part right there, right there.
Yeah,
When you have individuals that don't listen correctly, right? Especially when you're the one that has you're just the logical one. Like you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then they always listen to the one that's not logical, right? And then next thing you know, we're all caught up.
Oh yeah.
Like even if you're logical because you have that level of blind loyalty to these people, like you just like end up getting caught up. Like, you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So, and then you're like, damn, I should have just walked the fuck away. I knew not to be there, but because they're my peoples, they're my boys. Like, I'm not just gonna let them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ride
Yeah.
with them.
When your instincts be telling you don't go do something, you be like, nah, son ain't right. Son telling me not to do it. They're like, no, 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 let's do it. Let's do it. And then we do it. You like, see, I
Yeah,
told you this was gonna happen. I already said it before we did it.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
I went and
And it's
followed your ass trying to believe in you.
like,
As we got in trouble.
you know what I'm
See,
saying? I had to believe in you somehow. You know what I'm saying? Because
a
even though
little
I
bit.
knew you
You
were
know, you try to
wrong,
believe in your friends when you try to trust their judgment.
man.
You be like,
Listen,
ugh, your judgment is
it's
horrible. Damn.
no, but it happens though, and when you're in this like in this process, right, in this journey, you just like you're gonna lose a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And it
And it's
hurts, guys.
it
You know,
does. It
it
does.
stings a little bit. You be like, damn.
Yeah,
To think
because
that these people are gonna be
absolutely.
in your life forever, and when they're not, you're like, damn, I used to be with you every day. Like I still got pictures with me and you together.
Right.
Now we don't talk.
But it's because you're growing and they're not. Like, you know what
No,
I'm saying? And
I could say some people that I've stopped talking to have grown, but without me, they're in their own journey and
yeah.
we're just,
So you
it's not
don't
how
feel
it
like
was, and that's fine.
you don't feel like um there's not a like a wraparound where you guys become friends again, or like it's just like it's
You know
just
what I
gone.
realized? I don't mind becoming friends with someone again, but a lot of women have too much pride when it comes to rekindling
Okay,
things with someone. Like it's always
that's
like,
fair.
oh, I can't. After you did it first time, you might do it again, or they just have this trust issue with you. But
Yeah.
It is what it is. Me, I can
I did
forgive
notice
people
that.
if somebody ended up talking to me again, depending on what they did. It depends. But
I mean, that's
I
fair.
can forgive them. But other than that, it's like some people forgive and just don't want to hang with you no more, and that's cool. Like that's all right.
Right. I mean, but that's fair though. It happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you
it's not a
grow
forced thing.
apart.
Like, oh, you got to
You
hang
just
with
grow
me,
apart.
and I miss you. Like, no, it's fine.
You
I
grow
miss you,
apart.
but I hope all is well, and I hope you continue your healing journey too. And
It
that's
just
it.
happens. You just grow apart. Right?
Oh
And
yeah,
and
I feel like as
and
you get older, because when you're in high school, right?
mhm.
Or in school in general, when you're younger, you just go to school with each other. You don't realize you're
Right.
not really like as
Friends.
close as you were when you was in school, or when you become
Right,
adults. People
right, right.
change. You're not who you were when you were kids. Obviously,
Yeah.
everybody's gonna grow into their own person.
Oh,
So,
that's true. I mean, some people take that journey together, man, and they become long life friends, but you do have those moments where you just have to let the friendship go.
oh yeah,
Like, you know what I'm
I could
saying?
say I still have lone life friends. Like I still have friends from like middle school and stuff like that. Like I still have
Mhm.
that. Um, it's just not everybody that you expected, I guess.
No, it's not. And you know what's crazy? Um, and this is something that I've actually found out recently about myself
Mm-hmm.
is that I have better communication and conversations with people that I didn't like, right? Versus the people that I actually care about and like, right? Because I realize their communication style sucks. Um, and I've told them that, like, you guys don't know how to communicate sometimes, and that's okay. You know, that's just you. I love you regardless. But the people that I actually truly didn't like, I have better conversations, productive conversations with them than with the people that I actually like. Now, there's a level of
That's
healing.
good.
There's a level of healing that comes with that. I'm gonna put that out there. There's a level of healing that comes with that because that's not an easy thing to do, right? But the one thing that makes it easier is the fact that you guys know that you don't like each other. It sounds crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no emotions in between, right? There's no
That's fair.
emotions in between. So whatever conversation you guys having is between whatever you talking about, and that's it. Just the logic. You got information that I need. I got information that you need. Let's link
Mm-hmm.
up and have this conversation. We don't have to talk about nothing else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there is a different type of energy. I'm telling you, folks. If you ain't never experienced that before, try that shit. Try and tell you that shit is different. Cause I'm just like, when I first did that, I had to sit with myself for a bit. I'm like, I can't believe I actually just did that shit. Like, I had a conversation with somebody I know I can't stand. Like I can't stand.
I know I
like,
can't stand.
I can't
Actually,
stand
it's
this
not as
motherfucker for a
hard.
whole
It's not as
little
hard as
while.
you think. Well, no, it's not as hard as you think. I could pretty much talk to anybody.
No, no. I'm talking about somebody that you truly don't like.
I get you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you see them, you just like that, and that memory just
You know
like
what's crazy? I feel like I'm like I don't think like that, but then me, if I don't like you, I feel like I want you to like see me. So I feel like because I'm annoying like that. Like
it's
I want you to
it's
see my presence.
it's such a tough thing, man. But I
I'm
did
not
it.
hiding. I'm gonna be right
Yeah,
there.
I did it. It felt good though after a while because it's like, all right, you know, then I gained this friendship with somebody that I knew that, you know what I'm saying? But we're adults now. So everything that happened, we were kids when this shit happened. So it's like as
Oh
adults now,
yeah,
we're just like,
there was
cool.
someone like that. I haven't seen her in a long time, but there was someone like that. When we were kids, we hated each other. Oh, we were gonna fight every time we would see each other. It was on site. We were gonna fight.
Mm,
We had the same friend. She would always block us from trying to fight each other. Mind you, she mad big. I'm mad little. I didn't
mhm.
care how big she was. We were always about to fight every time we see each other. But I don't know what happened. I don't know how we squashed it. I don't know. But one day we saw each other at Six Flags. We started hanging with each other, and we've been cool ever since. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it just
I don't
it
know how it
happens.
happened, but I think, well, I can say we communicated as adults. When I used to, like, used to be me, and she was like, "Cause I was fat and miserable." I was like, "You're stupid." at least, at least I respected her for being accountable for saying that. Cause I
Facts.
used to be like, "Why do you want to fight me so bad?"
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, and and it's a good feeling when that happens, right? Because
Yeah,
those are the friendships that end up lasting the longest, right? The people that you
yeah,
really don't get along with, and but they it comes with growth on both ends, right? It's not just you growing. They had to go
hmm,
through whatever they had to go through in order to even sit with you or see you and not want to have that same reaction that they had before. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not
yeah,
just one side healing, it was both sides healing. That's what I'm talking about in regards to isolating yourself from certain individuals, because when you don't see your friends that you want to build that long life friendship with growing and healing, right? You have to make a decision. Like, is it going to be you or is it going to be them? Like, you have to, and obviously you have to choose you, right? In regards to that, you have to, because then you're gonna put yourself down a rabbit hole that you don't want to go down, and you're gonna end up trauma bonding and taking on their energy that you don't want to take on, and you know what I'm saying, and doing all these
Yeah.
things. So you have to
Yeah. And
choose
I feel
you.
like, see how you said that? I feel like when you don't deal with your trauma, you naturally trauma bond with people.
Yeah.
And you don't realize until you don't talk to them no more. You be like, damn, we really be trauma bonding out here. Like, that shit is weird.
And then a lot of people's friendship are built off of trauma bonds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they had a traumatic issue. The other person had a traumatic issue. Either the traumatic issue was some completely different or completely similar. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, it's the similar ones that really gain that energy, where they're just like always together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're always together. They're always conversing. They're always having conversations. Nobody's healing. By the way, nobody's healing. It's a rarity. Okay, people, I'm gonna say this. It is a rarity where they have two people trauma bonding and they actually both heal at the same time. It is a rarity, because most times they're not healing. They're allowing the trauma bond to control the friendship. You know what I'm saying? And then they're building off of that trauma bond, right?
And the more you heal, the more you lose friends. Because when you're in your
Oh,
trauma, you have a lot of friends.
oh,
You
of course,
outside, you lit all the time, you getting drunk all the time, and you realize, like,
of
damn,
course,
this is all we do.
of
Basically.
course. Yeah, because those are the things that keep you guys close, right? You guys, that's the thing that keeps you guys tight. You guys go drinking with each other. You guys go out. You guys, smoking or whatever. Bernard, welcome in. You guys are doing all of these things to keep you guys together, right? And then next thing you know, huh? No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah, I lost your audio. Nah, I can't hear you. Yep. I can hear you now.
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
It just got mad
Can
quiet.
everybody else hear me? If you guys can hear me in the chat, just let me know if you can hear me or not. Because now we got 4 people in here. Hello, hello, hello.
No, I can't hear
No?
you. That's weird. It's like it muted itself.
You can hear me? Okay, my girl said that she can hear me. Um I hear your background in my headphones though. I can hear the
Hold on. That's weird.
They said that they could hear you, but you're low. Say something.
Nope. Can you hear me?
Can't hear. Mm-hmm.
That's weird. You can hear me, but I can't hear
Okay.
you.
They said they can hear me, but not her. Okay.
Fresh.
Um try to Okay, she's gonna pop back in. She's gonna pop out and pop back in. But in regards to that, oh, okay, there we go. She's coming in right now. See if
Yeah.
that helps.
See, that helps. I can hear you now. I don't know
Okay,
why.
cool.
Cool. Okay.
All right, perfect.
All right, perfect.
So in
So
regards
in
to that,
regards to that,
where was
where was I?
I? In
In
regards
regards
to the
to the
friendships.
friendships.
In regards to
In
the
regards to the
friendships.
friendships.
So when
So when
you're
you're
healing,
healing,
you're gonna have
you're gonna have
individuals
individuals
that you're close
that you're
with
close with
that
that
won't want to heal,
won't want to heal,
right?
right?
You have to
You have
accept
to
that.
accept that.
You can't
You
force
can't
them.
force them.
You have to
You
choose
have to
you.
choose you. Always.
There's an
There's
echo.
an echo.
Is there an echo,
Is there an
guys?
echo, guys? I don't
I
hear
don't
an
know.
echo. I don't know.
I don't have echo.
I don't hear
Maybe
an
it's
echo.
me.
Maybe it's me.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Tell her to
Tell her
close
to
all
close
the
other
apps.
apps.
If you have any
If
of
you
the
have any
apps
of the
open,
apps
just
open,
close
just
them.
close them.
If you have any of
If
the
you have
apps
any of the
open.
apps open.
Echo.
Echo.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, give it just a moment, guys. While she's frozen over there, we'll do this. So in regards to the friendships, when it comes to healing, you're gonna have to accept the fact that not everybody around you. Yeah, it might be like when she popped back in. It's when it happened, Bernard. Hopefully that changes when when she's good. I don't know if she's still frozen over there, but try to reset and come back in, V, if you can. But in regards to that healing journey, there's still an echo. Yeah, there's still an echo. Try to pop back in. Try to jump out and pop back in. See if that works. But in regards to the friendship, right? You have to accept the fact that not everybody's gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? When you're on your actual healing journey itself, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna run across. Say something. You got your AirPods in your hand. I can't hear you because you have your
Can
AirPod
you
in
hear
your
me?
ear. No, I can. Yeah, I can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yeah,
Okay.
cool. No echo. So when it comes to the friendships, just be mindful, right? That not everybody's gonna come with you. Okay. You're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna lose a lot of people. And you have to accept that. All
Oh, I
right.
did
Now
already.
you might have that one person that want to heal. Thank you. You might have that one person that be like, yes, I love what you're doing. I love the energy. I want to be a part of this with you. And you guys go through that journey together. The next thing you
Hmm.
know, both of you are healed, both of you are healthy. You guys are operating in a better light. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But for usually the individuals that you have to get rid of is usually the longevity friendships. Believe it or not, because you have to be aware of how they're operating while you're healing. And the only way to be able to be aware of that is if you are healing, right? Because you're not going to recognize it without it, because you've
Yeah.
already created this blind loyalty to this person. You already have that energy towards this person. So you're not just going to immediately get rid of this person because that level of loyalty, trust, and respect is there, right? But when you start healing and started becoming better and start doing things differently, next thing you know, everything that they're doing looks like a fucking red flag. Like, like you know what I'm saying? Like everything that they do starts looking like a red flag. Everything that they say, the way that they operate, all of it looks like a red flag. Like complete,
I
they
feel
just
I
look like a walking red flag. Like you know what
I
I'm
feel like
saying?
that with dating. You find every little thing
You
that's a
find
red flag.
every little thing wrong, okay? And it's like, and it's not because you don't care about this person, right? It's
Yeah.
because you focused on yourself enough to know where certain things don't seem right. You know what I'm saying? How do you choose
Hmm.
to let go, or do you how do you choose to let go, or do they fall off? It could be one or the other, Bernard. To be completely honest with you, it could be one or the other. They can either fall off, or you
Hmm.
could just allow them to fall off, or you can just let them go. Like you can make that you can have that conversation. Because the thing is, right? Your boundaries and your peace is more important than anything, right?
Hmm.
Nothing's more powerful than your peace. Nothing's more important than your peace. Nothing's more important than your boundaries. Now, when you create those boundaries, you can vocalize those boundaries, right?
Hmm.
Vocalize it once so they know that the boundaries are there, right? The expectations of your boundaries are for you,
Hmm.
right? The standards of your boundaries are for them. They know what the boundaries are. And if they choose to fuck around and find out, like, you know what I'm saying? Then you have to make a decision on if you want to keep them around or not, right?
Yeah.
That's where you make the decision on should I continue with this person or should I give them some grace, right? And see if they will step over my boundaries again. And if they don't, cool. If they do, they gotta go.
Yeah. Lately, I haven't really, I could say, dealt with that. Not at least
You
not
know,
that I think know of anyway. But no,
right.
I think for the most part, I think my circle's small, but I have a pretty good circle now. I think I'd be up like around more like a positive group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like and also that they're on that healing journey. Like I have like one friend, she don't drink. If we go out, she'll have a mocktail. She won't even have a cocktail. I'll probably have a cocktail, but she won't do nothing.
I love
She'll
that.
just go out. And I was like, I respect
Okay.
that. Like I respect people like that
Absolutely.
can just go cold
Absolutely.
turkey, not do nothing, can go out. You don't have to have a drink. You don't have to have a blunt. You could just go out. I like people like I feel like that's a normal person. I feel like if you're like one of those people that like I have to do this before I go out, it's like our addictions kind of be in our way of our friendships a little bit because it's just like, damn,
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
gotta do every time we do something. Like she,
yeah, yeah. And if
it,
you
I've
recognize
been
that,
on. Mind you, I'm not gonna act like I've never done it. Those
of
things, but
course,
it's like
we've all
if
done
I know, like
it.
for instance, if I know you don't like to do it, right,
Right.
and I do it, I'm gonna make
Mhm.
sure I do it before I get to you. Or
Yeah.
if we do go, I probably get a drink, but it's like it's not mandatory to smoke or like before or whatever. It's
Right.
like you shouldn't have to. I don't want to put my time onto that problem because of my habits, especially if I know you don't do
Hmm.
it. So I'm
Right.
making you wait for me to do that while you're just sitting there waiting for me. Like, no, I'm trying to be a little more, considerate. Like that, everybody don't do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fair. That's fair. And that right there is like that's the healing journey on its own right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being understanding, being able to see somebody else's seeing what somebody else is willing to accept and not willing to accept, right?
Right,
And you recognize it before you do it, and
right,
then you step over their boundary, right? Like
right,
that's if you're able to do that, then you're on the right path because not everybody can do that. Right?
right.
Some
And
people will
person
push
I can,
themselves in and they'll push themselves so far in that they
yeah,
don't realize that they're disrespecting this person.
hmm,
Do you know what I'm saying? And and then you got to also keep in mind too, if the person didn't vocalize that they have that type of boundary, then it's not really the person's fault, right?
hmm,
Because they don't know. Nobody's a mind reader. You know what
right,
I'm saying? So if you didn't vocalize that boundary that you don't drink and you do, right? You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you're like, yo, let's get a drink. Let's get a drink. Da 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 da. And she's like, nah, I don't want to get a drink. And you be like, damn, why are you giving me such an attitude? Like, you know what I'm saying?
hmm,
I don't want to get a drink. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, it becomes a fight because the boundary was never vocalized. She never
hmm,
told you that she don't drink. You know what I'm saying? So now, but on the opposite, if she be like, nah, I don't drink no more, right? They're like, oh, all right. So next time we go out, I know that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll
hmm,
make sure that you don't get nothing that has alcohol in it.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Now you respect the boundary because she vocalized it, and you have that type of person. You're the type of person to respect the fact that she has that boundary. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, but we have individuals that will push the narrative, okay? And they will push and push and
oh
push
yeah,
until that person breaks. And next thing you know, then that's how you know that person's boundary is not strong
hmm,
because they were able to get pushed to the point where that boundary broke. And next thing you know, they're drinking when they don't even want to drink to begin with,
hmm.
or they're smoking because they didn't want to smoke to begin with. They went out and they didn't even want to leave their fucking house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like
I'm big on no. If I don't want to leave, I'm staying here, especially in Georgia, because
yeah,
everything's far. So the first
right.
thing I do when you say you want to go out, how far is it? What's the address? I look from the address for where I live to the place. If it's too far, I'm not going. I'm just gonna straight up say no.
Right. So Bernard said, I don't drink or smoke weed, but I do go places around people that do. I mean, as long as like I said, you have your boundaries, Bernard, and you don't step over your own boundaries, right? You're not
Right.
smoking or drinking, then you can be around whoever you want to be around. It's not
Yeah,
about
it's not
removing
bad
yourself
as
from
long as you have that self control where you don't have to do it because you're around others
exactly.
doing it. That's a big
Right.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. Like you just have to have that self-control for yourself, and make sure that you're not stepping over your own boundaries. Like I said, your boundaries and your expectations are for you. So if you created a boundary where you don't drink or smoke weed, then you have to create that expectation for yourself that you're not going to do that no matter what the circumstances are. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just, that's pretty much it. And that's the important part in regards to that. You got to be aware of everything. When
You
you're
do.
healing, you have to be aware of everything, right? There's not a thing that you can really falter from in regards to your healing journey. Everything is important. The small things, the medium things, the big things, the good, the bad, the in between, right?
Hmm.
All of it is important, no matter what it is. And you have to be willing to accept what comes with it. Sometimes it's going to be good, sometimes it's going to be bad, sometimes it might have the reaction of both, right? But
Hmm.
as long as you're staying on the right path and you're gaining the lesson from each interaction, each situation, then you're on the right path. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's not an easy thing. It's not easy. I'm not gonna act like it's easy, but you know what I'm
It's
saying? It's
never
it's it's doable if you're willing to put in the work.
right. And I want to continue my healing journey, because obviously it's not a complete thing. You're still working on yourself every day.
Mm-hmm.
And, I want to work on myself to be better. So, eventually, like, per se, if I want to get into a relationship, how am I going to get into a relationship if I'm not really who I want to be, or like who I'm not whole yet to
Right.
be there? You know what I mean? Like, because everybody would be so quick to be like, why are you by yourself? It's because I still got a lot of work to do. I can't just
Foundation is
get
still
into
cracked.
a relationship just
That phone.
in one when I
Yeah.
have a lot of issues I got to work on.
Right. No, I mean that's fair. The foundation is still cracked. You know what I'm saying? That foundation is still cracked. You still got to work on your foundation. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's it. Like I want to be like an asset to somebody. I don't want to feel
Yeah.
like I'm a liability with my trauma and my past, relationships, and I don't like doing that.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. And actually, we got the coach for that, so I can help you with that. So
Yeah,
I'll
well, I
send
can
you his.
say like I can it's not more so it's not uncontrollable. It's more so
Trust me.
I
He's
I
gonna
just
teach
have
you
to
some
work
things that
on.
you probably never recognized. I promise you, he'll
Yeah,
teach you some shit. He'll teach you some shit that you'll know. And I'm saying that with confidence because he's really that good at what he does. Like he sees
yeah,
things. He sees things that you probably don't even. You will never even think about even thinking about. Like you know
yeah.
what I'm saying. So, but he's definitely good at what he does. I'll definitely give you that information. He said I was in Georgia a few months ago. They make you not want to go out. How far everything is from each other. I know this off topic, but
Yeah,
Georgia
yeah.
does have lounges that play just good music. Does Georgia have lounges that just play good in live music? Oh, he's asking that for you.
They
So
do. It just depends on where you go. Some
okay,
people play really old school music. Some people are up to date with the trends of now,
right,
or some people have R&B. It really depends on the day you go out to. On the
true.
weekends, I feel like it's more of like trap music because everybody's out. But
Hmm.
during the week, if you go to like a nice jazz spot, you could probably find something like that. Or like Wednesday or Thursday R&B night. Like you just gotta find it.
That's fair though. I mean, that's fair. You just have to kind of shop around. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you'll find something decent. But
Mhm.
we are at 6:07. And I do have to get ready for my other live at 8 o'clock.
I'm sorry.
Because no, you're good. So we're gonna say our last words.
Okay.
So if you have anything you want to say to the folks before you get out of here, go right ahead.
I recommend everybody going to therapy. I really, really do, because especially in the Black community, I feel like we really need it. I know we don't like talking about the, little uncomfortable conversations about our past, or like we don't want to get to that vulnerable state, but I feel like we need that. I feel like that's
Hmm.
vulnerability is the only way the Black community is going to be better, because I feel like we just shut down too much, and we really, really need to get to the part where we're just all growing as a whole.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like it's challenging when, yeah, you're healing, but it's gonna take a lot for others to go with you. No, I can't force you to heal with me, but I want you to understand everything starts with you. You have to really look at yourself sometimes and say,
Absolutely.
you know what? In order for me to change, I have to work on my problems, or this is just gonna be a repeated thing, like a pattern that'll go on for years, and you don't notice until you get older, or when you're by yourself, sitting with yourself. But most of the time we're distracted. That's why we don't really recognize anything.
No, that's fair. I can understand that. And yes, in regards to the Black community, we do have to start focusing on healing and
Yeah,
becoming better because we can't constantly allow our children to embody our behaviors and our
yeah,
trauma. Okay. If we want to break the curses, the generational curse, and become the things that we honestly wasn't supposed to inherit in the first place, you know what I'm saying? We have to put in the work. So therapy, coaching, right? Grab some couple self-help books if that's your thing, right? Not
mm,
everybody likes reading, so they might have some audiobooks. Just grab something that's just that helps you start the process, right?
mhm,
Because we do have real trauma. We do have real things that we've struggled. We all live different lives. We all have different lived experiences, but at the end of the day, it causes the same pain. You know what I'm saying? It causes the same trauma. It causes the overall not wanting to heal. just living to survive. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just living.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Having to live in survival mode your whole life, every single day. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even doesn't even make any sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? To just always be in survival mode. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. It's not even healthy. There's
It's
nothing
not.
healthy about living in survival mode, like at all,
It's not.
because it's draining. It's tiring. Like,
It's,
don't you if you recognize somebody that lives in survival mode, like every time they go home, they're exhausted. Like they're drained, like on a different level. Like it's one thing to be tired from having a long day. It's another thing to be drained.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're drained, like completely drained, where you have no energy, then you need to do something about that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And you need to do something about that because that's not healthy. And then the problem with us as parents is we're always on survival mode, right? Because we're trying to do so many things at once, but it's not healthy because your children are embodying that same behavior.
Mm-hmm.
They are. They're embodying that same behavior. And if you don't recognize it, it's because you're not healing. You can't recognize something that you're not healing from. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll never be able to see it.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to see it. They start acting like you, they start doing things like you, they start moving like you. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of all of that as we're
Yeah.
diving into this. You know what I'm saying? But in at 8 o'clock, if you guys are available, we're actually hosting a men's mental health panel at 8 o'clock tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Or live on Facebook, live on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a few gentlemen on here, and we're gonna dive into the conversation of the uncomfortable conversation about men, things that we struggle with, the things that we suppress, the things that society has pushed on us, uh, that society pushed on us, that we embody and we subscribe to, that we no longer have to subscribe to. So there is an event. If you go to Facebook or go to my Facebook and look at my events, there is an event there. You can register for the event so that way you can get a notification for the live itself. And then after that, I don't know what's next, but we gonna keep diving into it. So make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so yet. Go to King of Self Love on YouTube. Go to Monumental Podcast on YouTube and subscribe to those two channels. Also, my Twitch, I just opened that back up. So if you go to Monumental Podcast on Twitch, you guys can subscribe to the Twitch channel as well. And if you guys are not following me on Facebook, show me a follow. You'll get a lot of good things on here. You'll get some good mental health tips. You'll get some good motivational tips, some good quotes. You know what I'm saying? You might see me banter a little bit, because I'm human. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you get a little bit of everything over here. You know what I'm saying? You'll get a little bit of everything, little good, little bad, little in between. But all of it is in the process of trying to be better. You know what I'm saying? And that's the overall goal. So, in a world full of negativity, make sure y'all choose love and love on purpose. Keep life simple. Love is the glue. Respect is the flavor. You dig, you dig, you dig. Make sure y'all live within your value energy and not pity the fool who doesn't mind